So an avocado, a banana, and some blueberries walked into a bar. No, they didn't walk. They rolled. Oh, sorry about that, folks. Hi, everyone. It's Lynn again. How are y'all doing? I'm here in my kitchen, and I just wanted to bring you some tips that I use to help me save on some of the foods that I like to use almost every day. If you're one person and you like certain foods, you might not buy them in the store because you're afraid that they will go to waste. And so I've got some tips for you on how to use and how to keep some of these foods. And these are some of my favorites that are really healthy. First of all, we've got the banana. In Spanish, they say banana or el plátano, depends on where they come from. This one is so easy. It's just a matter of cutting a banana in half and using one part one day and setting the other half aside to use the next day. Now, if you're really fastidious, you can take some plastic wrap and cover the end. I don't do that. I just cut off the end the next day. So it's now the next day, and here's our banana from yesterday, which we cut in half. I'm going to take off the plastic wrap. You can see it's looks almost like a banana. And I'm just going to trim off the end so that you can see inside. And just because I'm going to trim off that very end. Now my half a banana is ready to go into my oatmeal this morning. Saving half of an avocado is easy. We'll just cut the avocado in half. Separate the two sides. We're going to use the side without the seed today. Take a bowl or a small cup that has a cover. Place the half of avocado with the seed still intact. Turn it over in the cold water all the way down. Put the cover on the container, close tightly, and then we'll put it in the refrigerator. We'll check on it tomorrow to see how it's doing. Avocado is aguacate in Spanish, but in Chile, it's palta. It's been a day, about 25 hours since I put the half of the avocado in the refrigerator, and I've just taken it out, and we're going to take off the lid, and let's see how that avocado looks. So we can see the water's a little bit colored. Let's turn it over. It's still nice and green and yellow. Of course, it is a little damp here. We'll just take a paper towel and wipe that off a little bit. Right. Blueberries keep a lot better if we put them in the refrigerator than let them stay on the counter. But they will last even longer and are better for us if we just give them a little extra care before we put them in the refrigerator. In Spanish, blueberries are arándanos. So we're going to put our our blueberries in a bowl large enough to hold them and some water. We're going to cover the blueberries with water. We don't have to fill the bowl completely full. Then we're going to add some vinegar. I'm going to use apple cider vinegar, but you can use whatever you might have on hand. Now, this serves two purposes. This will help kill the spores that create that mold that gets on the blueberries, and it will also help detoxify, take away all the toxins and hopefully the pesticides that the blueberry farmers use. So we're going to take about a half a cup. Just for the fun of it today, I'm going to put it in my old Hopalong Cassidy cup. Do any of you remember Hopalong Cassidy? So I'm going to put about half a cup in the water, and I'm going to stir it up with my hands. This is a good time also to pick over the blueberries and look for any of the little stems that still might be attached. I don't see any in here. Now, this isn't going to pickle the blueberries, all right? We're not going to have a vinegar taste afterwards, but we're just going to let the blueberries sit in the water for about 15 minutes. So the blueberries have been soaking for about 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. Gave me time to go outside and check on this rainy weather. 3 inches in the rain gauge this morning. It reminds me that it was just over a year ago and we were still trying to just barely start to recover from the effects of Hurricane Harvey. Fortunately, my street drains very well, and we didn't have any real problems here. So we've got the blueberries, as I said, they've been soaking, and we're going to drain them in a colander. And we're going to rinse them off really well. We want to make sure we get all the vinegar and any other little sediment or anything like that off of the blueberries. We're going to let the blueberries drain off a little bit more. And while we're doing that, I'm going to show you the container that I'm going to use to put them in the fridge. You can use the plastic container that the blueberries came in, but I like one that's a little bit bigger. And I've used one that is recyclable, and I've just taken and punched some holes in the bottom so that the air can get through. Then I'm going to take a double layer of paper towel and put in my little container here. And this way it'll have high enough edges for all the blueberries, but it will also soak up any extra water or juices. Okay, I've got the same bowl that I used before. I've washed it and dried it all out. And I'm going to put a towel in the bottom of it. Now, you can also do this, I frequently do this on the counter with just paper towels, but so that I could show you here more easily, I'm going to do it this way. And I'm using a towel that I've had for a long time that I don't really care about, so if the blueberries bleed a little bit, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to put the drained blueberries inside of the towel in the bowl. And what I want to do here is get them as dry as possible. So I just gently dry them with the towel, and roll them around a little bit so that they get as dry as I can get them. I don't want them to be very wet. I want them to be as dry as I can get them before I put them into the refrigerator. By moving the towel around back and forth and rolling the blueberries around inside the towel, I've got them almost completely dry. So I'm just going to let them roll into the bowl that I used. And as you can see there, I've got them almost completely dry just by that method. Now with the dry blueberries, I'm going to take my container and just easily roll them into the container. As you can see, it's a little bit bigger than the actual container that they came in, so they fit in there really nicely. Now, with these, I'm going to place them in the coldest produce compartment of my refrigerator. And they will stay there nice and firm for about a week if I don't eat them up sooner. I usually use a good handful in my cereal in the morning. That's how I like them. And they don't even, for me, last a week. But as you can see, this is a good way to save money because blueberries, especially as the season gets shorter and shorter and we get into the winter months, they get more expensive. So if you buy a box and then you leave them on the counter and they get all fuzzy and you have to throw them away, you're just wasting your money. But this way you can save them and have them day by day. Folks, thank you so much for stopping by. I know I'm not Heloise, but I hope that these tips will help you. And if you've been avoiding or not buying some of these fruits and vegetables because you thought you'd let them go to waste because you're just one person and may not use all of them, I hope that you might give it a second thought. Now, if you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up down below. And if you're a new person to my channel and you'd like to subscribe, you can also subscribe down below. Thank y'all for stopping by. I really appreciate it. We'll see you soon. Nos vemos.